And we are underway here in Richmond, British Columbia. And early on, a chance for Saskatchewan. And that shot just went wide. Now rung around the other side. Saskatchewan able to hold it in their zone here. Has a ball go off his face there as he's moving into the zone. Now controlling along the half forwards. Push down low up against the glass. And Saskatchewan trying to get it back out to the point there. Intercepted. Vancouver going to come out to center with some numbers. And they'll just chip the ball into the offensive zone. And battle ensues in the corner for it. And going down hard behind the net, number 44 for Buffalo, taking a tumble there. Vancouver's going to steal the ball back. Quick shot. And that one wide of the goal. Now ball deflecting off the glass down back into the Bruins zone. Saskatchewan trying to work it to the middle. And instead, Vancouver will work it back out, dropped off. And now a one-time attempt. And that one's blocked, push right back out through the middle. Here comes Saskatchewan right up the left side. Throwing one on net. And Tour made that save. Ball played to the line, held in. Lining up a big shot. And Tour makes that save as well. Ball now cleared out past center and down into the Buffalo zone. Ball played up to the line and into the zone now for Saskatchewan. Played back but hit an errant stick. Ball came out of the zone. So Saskatchewan has to tag up. Lots of time for Vancouver here to take the ball out of the zone. Now 1-4 checker coming in. Vancouver forced to move out. Lob pass up through the middle of the ice. Onside there as it's Shaden Dosanjh working for it along the wall for Vancouver. Swing and a miss there by the defenseman. And it'll be dropped back shot right on net. Swallowed up by Tour. Ball was loose, but the whistle goes anyways. And we'll have a face-off in the Vancouver zone. 2.5 minutes into this game. Off the face-off, Saskatchewan wins it. And they control behind the net, now taken away by the Bruins. But Buffalo able to work it back into the middle and a quick shot. Labeled for the top right corner. I believe Tour got a knob of his stick on it to deflect it away. Now played back to the point. Big shot from the point. And that one didn't get through. Vancouver coming back out the other way. Here's Purewall dumping the ball in. And back to pick it up is the captain, James Pasternak. He sends it up the near wing. And it's chipped back into the Bruins zone. Ball dropped off. Couple of nice passes here as the Bruins try to make their way through. And the ball now played back into the Bruins zone. Saskatchewan trying to make a feed up. Oh, and it hits the ball way up in the air, hits the middle speaker. Jumbotron, if you will. Play is blown dead. Face-off will come back to the Vancouver zone. Off the face-off, Bruins control, but now stolen along the boards by Mike Campbell for the Buffalo. Back to the point, held in, but a giveaway will send the Bruins back the other way. And now the ball deflects up into the bench, and we'll have another face-off. Buffalo win the faceoff, sending it forward, but missing everyone, and that'll be an icing call that heads back to their zone. Just over 4 minutes into this one, still no score between the Bruins and the Buffalo. Off the draw, one forward. Saskatchewan trying to push it out. Good job by the Bruins to get control, and a shot there. Up over top of the net. Bruins able to hold it in at the point and send it down below the Saskatchewan net. Taken out now by the Buffalo. Held in once more. Going D to D, able to walk the line there with Sandu. And he has a look shot right on, tipped. And into the corner once more. Played in front there quickly. Bruins, nice play to get it back to the D-man. He scores! Off the face-off, headed into the Vancouver zone. Working forward in the corner here. And the Bruins now control behind their own net. Ball played up the wing, now chipped in. And trying to run it down was Dosanjh, but the Buffalo able to get it back up the wing and over to center. Now working for it down low. In there deep is Jagpal Sandhu, trying to dig the ball free. Now he'll retreat back to the blue line as the ball's chipped up off the glass. No icing, it's waved off. I guess it was tipped. So Deep Tour going to come out and play this one around the net. Bruins controlling in their own zone. Buffalo finishing up a change. And the ball sent straight up the middle. Buffalo able to intercept and turn it back the other way. Here's Mike Campbell. He chips one in, now running onto it is Denouement. And a battle for it behind the net. Saskatchewan able to hold it along the far boards. And look back to the point. Now sends one on. And that one well wide of the net, but comes right back out for Thompson. Ball now worked free and sent out past center. Bruins going to beat the icing here. Great speed. Amrit Purewal able to get by and negate that icing. Now Vancouver able to set up. Long shot. And that hit the goaltender and dropped out in front. Buffalo trying to take it up the side, but that's taken back. And the Bruins will try to work it from the opposite corner. Bruins sending it down low, that's taken away. And Saskatchewan stopping up and turning back. Now sending it up the wing. And another one sent right to the bench, nearly too many men. But we play on now, bringing it into the offensive zone. Number 44 for Saskatchewan, and he'll put one right on goal, covered up by Tour. Ball played to the middle. Now up in the air. And the Bruins trying to work out to center. They have numbers if they can get across onside. But they cannot. Play's blown dead. As a good defensive play, stopping the ball at the blue line, forced one of Vancouver's players offside. Played up the wing, delayed hand pass, so Vancouver will now touch up and negate that, but an offside now. We'll draw a whistle. And we'll face off outside the Bruins zone. Face off outside the Buffalo zone. And the Bruins win it, but it goes all the way back down into the defensive zone. Zora Sandu having to chip that one out. Now coming up to it here is Dosanjh beating out the icing call, trying to throw it in front. And he does so, but it goes off the goaltender. And right up the middle. Now picking it up is Kurt Astle. He throws it on. That's deflected to the side, where Shaden Dosanjh is there for it for the Bruins. Dug free now by the Buffalo. And this one chipped back off the glass as Vancouver works their way back out. Ball sent up the middle all the way down. No icing call here. Vancouver will stop it up from their own end. Almost halfway through this first period, 1-0. And Vancouver leads. Ball held in at the point there. Saskatchewan looking to get some sustained pressure here, but Vancouver looks to move out once more. Sent right through the middle. And trying to get onto that one was Dosanjh, but the ball's played out. At center. Pass across Rink. Now bringing it in are the Buffalo. Up the wing, the Bruins break out. 3 to center. 3-on-2 the other way. Here they come. Purewall with a shot, and he scores! Amrit Purewall wrists one, and it just goes through the legs of Brandon Schatz, giving the Vancouver Bruins a 2-0 lead. Good play there by Purewall, using the extra passing option effectively, knowing that Schatz at least had to be aware of it, was likely anticipating a lunge across, opened up the legs just enough for him to slide that one through. So Buffalo in a hole early, down 2, with 9:40 to go here in the opening period. And now a penalty coming up. Buffalo's going to have to kill off some shorthanded time here. It's, I believe, a holding call in store here. We'll put the Vancouver Bruins on the power play after they just doubled their lead 2-0. A chance now to go up 3 early in this one. Off the face-off, Buffalo go forward with it. Couple of chances there, and Tour able to make the save and cover with traffic in front. Face-off won back by the Buffalo. Short-handed here, but they haven't shown it so far. Controlling in the offensive zone. Now behind the play, injured Saskatchewan member there. Taking it off the head, but he seems okay getting back in the play now as the Bruins move up the ice. And that's an icing call as it was sent in just before center. Face-off back down to the Bruins zone. Off the face-off, Bruins control. 30 seconds off their power play already. They'll try to get some zone time here. Ball played into the corner. Bruins controlling, ringing it around the boards, but no one there. That's going to come all the way almost out of the zone. Good job by Sandu to keep it in. And now the Bruins control along the line. Astle back. And now Sandu down to the top of the right circle. Played down to the goal line. Back to the center. And he fanned on that shot, but it went right over to Astle, who plays it back down low. Here's Bassi. Chipping it back to Astle. And back up top to Sandu. Played down by the goal line. Another chance, and they score. Great passing there, and Kurt Astle finishes it off. Power play goal for the Bruins. And less than 12 minutes into this one, it's a 3-0 lead. Off the face-off, it's pushed forward, and moving back into the zone are the Bruins. Played around the Saskatchewan net, but first one there will be the Bruins to regain control. Now a battle for it behind the net. Taking it out, spinning in front. And that one's intercepted and lobbed up the ice and down the zone. No icing call, it's waved off here. As Mike Bug able to get there first, now trying to throw one in front. Can't quite do it. Still has control, though, does Bug. And gets it back to the point. A shot on. That was blocked. And now another battle along the right boards here. And played down the ice. No icing call. Saskatchewan trying to break out of their own zone here. Have the ball up at the blue line. Now trying to work it in. Bruins stop them right at the line. And now they finally are able to put it into the Vancouver zone. Giving chase is Justin Denouement. But the Bruins able to get it up the wing. But held in. Denouement dropping off. Good interception there. Taking away the pass was Callon for the Bruins. And now the ball chipped up and over the glass. Face-off stays inside. 6:37 to go here in the first period, and that's the Vancouver Bruins with a 3-0 lead. Off the face-off, Bruins controlling. Ball whacked away, but only momentarily as the Bruins are able to regain control. Now Sandu putting it down low for Purewall. Back for Sandu. Has it in his feet, and it's played out to the blue line. And Saskatchewan is off to the races. Long wind up and a shot. And Tour able to make the save. The ball behind him. And I think saving a goal there. Zora Sandu coming in to knock that ball out of the crease just wide of the net. As Tour didn't know where that one was after it hit him. Lobbed ahead just past center, but here come the Bruins to bring it back in. And Brandon Schatz went out to play the ball. Played it over the glass. That's going to be a delay of game penalty, I believe. As in ball hockey, the players don't get delay of game penalties, but the goalies do. And so someone from the Buffalo serving the penalty to Brandon Schatz. So the Vancouver Bruins already 1 for 1 on the power play and leading 3-0. We'll have another opportunity here. As we wait for the penalty to get put up on the clock. 5:40 remaining here in the first. Face off one forward right off the draw. The Bruins with a chance in front and shot just wide by Asto, looking for his second. Now back to the point, controlled by Calon. And passed off. Back for Calon. Looking to the left side for Astle. Astle back to Calon. He tees one up and that's blocked. Astle able to grab the loose ball here in the neutral zone. And play it back over for Calon. He goes down low by the goal line. And it's Timu Bassi setting it back. Calon over to Astle. He lines up a shot but instead passes off. Now a pass intended for Calon, instead intercepted and sent the link to the floor. Bruins moving up once more, ball lobbed in and gloved and held by the Saskatchewan netminder Schatz. Bruins controlling. Still 45 seconds here on their power play. And they've been in the offensive zone for most of it. Ball sent around, trying to chip it up the wing there was Dosanjh. And now he plays it up the half wall. Now back to the point. It's Sandu with the ball. Sandu looking for options. Tries to go D to D, but fans on it. And now here's a chance for Saskatchewan up the middle. But he couldn't take the ball cleanly. And that'll allow Sandu to steal that one back, and the Bruins make their way out once more. Sandu controlling, gets across the blue-red line and just shoots one in as the penalty set to expire. Vancouver now 1 for 2 on the power play as we're back to 5-on-5 hockey. 3:30 to go here in the first period, and a sharp angle shot. Hits off a couple of legs in front and now behind the goal. Bruins still controlling, trying to throw one in front. And that one not contacted by anybody. Eventually Saskatchewan able to get there and bring it down the ice. Long stretch pass up to center, glove down. And a long shot taken. Schatz able to make that save. Battle for it here along the boards, and now ball squirts free into the Bruins zone. Ball sent up the left wing into the offensive zone of the Buffalo and trickles right in onto the goaltender Schatz, who covers up for a whistle. Ball played forward off the draw, quick shot. Schatz able to make the save. Now a big battle for it here along the boards. And delayed penalty coming up. It's going against the Bruins as they touch up. So it's an L-ring call. That will put Vancouver short-handed for the first time in this game. And we'll give Saskatchewan the chance to get on the board here with 2:22 left in the first period. Saskatchewan off the draw, getting control, and now working it into the zone. Looking for a shot opportunity, working it down to the goal line, back up to the high slot. No shooting lane, so he goes to the point and takes the ball back. Back up to the line once again, and now working into the half slot on the other side. Gets it back, takes a shot. Didn't see where it went, did the goaltender, but he was still able to make the save. And now the ball trickles down into the Buffalo zone. Ball picked up, sent forward back in the zone by the Buffalo. And diving deep into the corner there. They'll try to work it out free. Good play body position-wise to get the Bruins first on that ball, and they'll just chip it up down the length of the floor. Buffalo having to regroup once again. Gain the zone, then send it back to the point. Some time for a shot. Instead sends it back down to the top of the circle on the right side. Having a look, takes a shot, now takes the shot. And that one was blocked before it got through. Now back to the line. That ball's going to stay in the zone. Good hold there. As the captain, James Pasternak, looking to set something up. A nice pass by the circle, going for the other circle. And pass was interrupted, but still made it all the way there. Shot attempt was blocked, and now the Bruins trying to clear, but held in by Pasternak. Now ball played back to him. Pasternak with a shot, and they hit a leg in front. And over into the netting. Faceoff will stay inside. 4 seconds remaining in the penalty, and 26 in the period. Back to the point, long shot, that one went just wide. Penalty's over, back to 5-on-5 here for these final 20 seconds in the first period, and oh, dangerous play there, the door wasn't closed. And as he went up along the left side, one of the Bruins players running into the open gate, going down hard. Luckily, he appears to be okay. We'll get a face-off outside Saskatchewan zone, 15 seconds remaining in the first. Face-off won by Saskatchewan, but moved forward immediately by the Bruins. Now going down hard behind the net. Did Dosa, and she's back up in the Buffalo trying to make something happen before the end of the period. But that shot off a stick and up into the netting. And with that, period 1 expires. We'll be back bringing you the second period in just a couple of minutes. Between the Vancouver Bruins and the Saskatchewan Buffalo here at the Canadian Ball Hockey National Championships. And right now it's the Bruins out to a 3-0 lead after one period of play. And they're back into the offensive zone once more. Matt Rondawa playing it in deep. And he's rubbed out off the ball by Peters, who sends it out to center. And now ball played into the Bruins zone, played back around their own net. Bruins starting out slowly from their own zone. And they'll play it in through center. And now down into the offensive zone. Ball played back up the middle. And that one will be chipped out of the zone. Bruins having to tag up here. Saskatchewan with control, and they'll send it back out to center. And now Calon connecting And sending it up the far wing. Nice move at the line. Bruins looking to get in once more, but a fan pass attempt there by Dosanjh. And Schatz takes that one away. Bruins win the face-off. And there's a penalty on that last play. 4-minute infraction. Did not hear the call from the ref or see the signal, so can only assume what it was, but it is to Dean Crossland. Setting in the box for Saskatchewan. Vancouver will try to set up. And right into the middle, an attempted one-timer was turned away the other way. The shot, but goes down to Sunner. Number 87. Winds and fires. And a big save on the net. And picking it up, Matt Randawa. Keeping it alive for the Bruins on this power play. Now a weird one, bouncing off the back of the ball. And the face-off will come outside the zone. Just under 4 minutes into the second period. And the Bruins adding one onto their lead, now 4-0. Back at the face-off circle, one wristed in. And Gary Chahal picks it up. Turnover here in the neutral zone. Saskatchewan trying to break in with numbers. Quick shot. And that was off the edge of the glove of Tour. Saskatchewan still controlling down low, but now it's taken away by Chima. He rings one around. First one on it. Saskatchewan working out of their zone. That pass a little bit too far ahead. And an icing call. Off the boards, and the Buffalo come out with numbers in over the offensive zone. And now the Buffalo working it back into the offensive zone. Stopping up there is Merrigan, a quick shot on. And Tour stops that one. Ball chipped into the zone. Calon, who's going to the box. He was headed to the bench. He didn't now for Saskatchewan to get on the board. Bouncing behind the goal, Saskatchewan controlling. At the top of the circle, looking for a shot. Curls back, finds some space, winds. And a good block there. Parsidu getting in front of that one. Captain of the Bruins. Quick shot, tries to get that one through. Nothing doing, and now here's a breakaway. The other way, Sandu in on goal. Nice backhand, and a kick save. Schatz able to get the pad on it and hang on. After a good breakaway opportunity from Jagpal Sandu, short-handed. Won by the Bruins, and a shot right on, swallowed up and held by Schatz. Now the ball chipped out. And Bruins can't get it past their own side of center. Saskatchewan still able to hang on here in the offensive zone on the power play. 56 seconds to go in it. Good passes here for the Buffalo, looking for a shooting lane. Now back to the point, and that one misses its target. And it's cleared. Off the draw, Saskatchewan trying to cut to the middle. Not going to happen though. The ball rolls in for Schatz to play out to his defense on the right side. And he goes D across. And now up the left side, turned over. And back in comes Vancouver. Saskatchewan able to chip it to the line, but shot right back in. And Schatz deflects it off his stick and up into the netting. Off the draw, Dosanjh goes forward with it and now holds it behind the net. He's driving wide, now sending it behind the goal. Now at the point, held in and a long shot in, gets blocked. Saskatchewan trying to take it back out to center, but right back in come the Bruins. Nice steal here in the middle of the ice. And a quick shot goes wide. And Schatz going to jump and cover on this one. Bruins controlling off the draw, cutting around wide around the net, throwing one in front. And that one goes in one side, out the other. Now a battle for it along the far boards. And Chris Ciraldi working for it. Now gets sent to the line. And a holding call, I believe, coming up to Saskatchewan here. Or no, it's going against Chris Ciraldi of the Bruins. Holding call over there in the corner. So Saskatchewan on another power play, trying to get on the board here in this game, trailing 4-0. And they have possession in the offensive zone. Looking for a shooting lane now, back to the point. Pasternak, 1T over. And another save by Tour, and the Bruins able to get the ball down the floor. Shots out to play it up to Pasternak. Ball sent ahead. Saskatchewan gains the zone but lose it back after they fail to hold it in at the red line. They'll try once more. Here's Pasternak across. And that 1T, LaFortune couldn't take it. Now he does. And it went just wide. Bruins able to chip it up the wall and out through to center. Ball stolen away there as Saskatchewan trying to work back in. It'll get sent down to the goaltender. Schatz. He plays it out. And the ball. .40 seconds remaining in the penalties to Ciraldi. And a face-off after the ball is deflected up into the Vancouver bench. The face-off will come inside. Clock issue sorted out now. 15 seconds left in the power play, and it'll start back in the Saskatchewan zone once more. Dying seconds now as Ciraldi steps foot out of the box, and a turnover in the neutral zone, and the Bruins able to work back into the offensive zone. Held in there by Trevor Sadu. Battle forward along the boards, now worked back to the line, held in. Played into the middle. Now Saskatchewan trying to get there first, and they do. And Mike Campbell will battle for it here. All along the boards, now squirked free out into the middle, and flipping it into the offensive zone and giving chase is Matt Randawa. On him is James Pasternak. But Randawa has the ball, and he takes a shot. Stopped and smothered by Schatz. Ball one back. Bruins trying to gain control here. Quick shot on goal. Schatz looked behind him, but he had it stuck there in between the legs. .5:49 remaining in the game. Bruins still leading 4-0. And off the face-off, work to the middle. Saskatchewan trying to push it out, goes off a stick, and down the length of the ice, catching up is Ryan Kalla, and he'll throw it around. Played back in by Saskatchewan, down behind the net, looking for a centering pass. Instead they go down low with no options available out front. Still looking for something, and they send one there. It gets tipped back behind the net. A couple of guys tangled up here in front, and a battle, delayed penalty coming now. And it's going to be against the Bruins. Touching up in the corner now. Saskatchewan throwing it in front. And a good opportunity there. And on the whistle, I believe Trevor Sidhu going to be heading to the box, as he got a bit too physically involved. Timeout called. And so Saskatchewan will have another opportunity with the man advantage to get on the board with 5:06 left in the game. Off the face-off, Saskatchewan wins it back, able to hold it in. And they'll try and set up. Ball sent to the point across for Pasternak, sent back, one-time shot, and a chance up the short side, now a chance in front, rebound. Tor able to make a couple of good saves there in the Vancouver net. But Saskatchewan able to hang on, but an errant pass is going to send them all the way back into their own zone. And there to touch up is Joel Thompson. Thompson now working it back to Pasternak. And across to Denouement. Back to Pasternak. He goes across. And that's LaFortune passing back to Pasternak. His shot fearlessly blocked by Parsidou. Buffalo trying to gain the zone once more. And they'll just chip it into the offensive zone. The first one on that's going to be Timu Bassi. And he will send it up for the Bruins and now into the offensive zone. Saskatchewan coming out once more. Nice tape-to-tape pass there, but too many Bruins there checking him. And they'll get sent back to center. And now ball sent down the ice by the Bruins. Dying seconds of the penalty. Sidhu set to come back on as Saskatchewan sends the ball up the left side. And ball chipped right out in front. Sidhu fresh out of the box there on the ball for the Bruins. And he'll chip it up the boards and into the offensive zone. Now try to run onto that one. Saskatchewan there first, David will chip it up, and they'll send a long one in wide of the goal. Saskatchewan recollecting in their own zone here. 4-0 to score with 2:33 left in the game. Vancouver Bruins leading. And Saskatchewan trying to work their way back in. Ball in the corner. Now turning, try to bring that one in front. And Saskatchewan able to take control. Sent up the wing, a couple of deflections, and the ball's deflected into the middle, but sent right back out by the Bruins, and it's going to come in on Schatz, who's forced to hold on. Face-off one, quick shot, just wide off the draw. Saskatchewan will recollect behind their own goal. Sent around the near side boards. Chipped up but stopped there well by Sunner. And that's going to allow possession here for the Bruins to continue. Sunner now with it in the corner. Ball along the boards, now worked free. Saskatchewan trying to get it out past the red line. But Bruins able to hold it in still. Played down low. Here's Ciraldi. Trying to make a move. Plays it to the corner. And played behind the net back to Ciraldi. Has the ball chipped away from him. And into pinch is Sunner. Keeping that one down low. Here's Dos Santos trying to cut in front. And he gets checked into the net. Or runs into it. And face-off will come outside the zone. 1 minute left in the game. And the Bruins still leading 4-0. On the play, roughing call against Saskatchewan, so Vancouver won this game on the power play. Here's Gary Chahal playing it back to Sandu and back for Chahal. Back for Sandu. Sandu taking his time with it. Down the wing for Gondas. Gondas goes down into the corner for Bass. Bassey looking for options, goes down low. Back up to the high point for Chahal. He plays it off for Sandu. 27 seconds in the game. Back for Chahal. Back for Sandu. Gondas calling for the ball, now he gets it. Looking for a shooting lane, instead plays it down low. Looking to the middle, that's intercepted. And Saskatchewan trying to clear, hit off their own man. And now a hand pass, I believe, is going to take the face-off outside. 7.8 seconds left in this one. And a reminder, after this game, one more game on the schedule for today at the stadium rink. It's the Toronto Metro Orangemen taking on the Montreal Red Light. Face-off one back, and that'll do it for this one. Final score, the Vancouver Bruins 4, the Saskatchewan Buffalo 0. Stay tuned for more hockey here at the Canadian Ball Hockey National Championships.